It's fitting. I did a lot of hard work to get there, and when I was coming out of college, I had a lot of D1 offers, but when I was coming out, freshmen couldn't play varsity sports for their first year. So Regis had a 4-year program, and I was prepared going into Regis, so that makes me feel good to know that I'm still the king. It came to me my senior year in high school. It was at that point I started getting bigger and stronger and faster, and my jump shot started to develop a little more. And I averaged 19 rebounds in high school, and I was told by my former coach that if I averaged 13 rebounds a game and maybe 18 points, I could get a scholarship. And I thought, that's not hard to do, but I started realizing then that, I could probably go further with this, and so I waited for the letters to come in, and then I chose Regis. Yeah. Well, for me, going into college, that was kind of like my bread and butter, because if I wouldn't have succeeded in college, there was not very many choices left for me, like the Army or something like that. So I always looked at rebounds as like, that's food. I got to get every rebound that comes off that board, and I got to get it hard, and I got to get it strong. And every time that I did it, rebounding just came so much more easier to me than most of the other parts of the basketball game, because it was physical. And I was a weight trainer, and basketball players in those days were skinny, and they didn't have very much strength, and I could kind of overpower and control them in the inside, that's how I did my freshman year. I just kind of was a little more overpowering. And it's D1. This was D2 basketball, and I had been used to playing over the summer with D1 type players and some professional athletes in the summer league program. So I came in prepared freshman year, yeah. I felt good playing for Regis because they were very academically tough. And basically every year they said if you keep your GPA up at a certain level, you'll never have a problem coming back getting a scholarship. And the community was just so welcoming. It was just like a family away from home, because actually my family had moved away from Colorado, and I wound up staying on campus throughout the summer for 4 years, and I grew up basically at Regis. I became a man at Regis. So that's basically what I take from Regis. I really like the fact that they took me in and made me a part of the campus, and they really loved the fact that I was getting national rebound records, because we really didn't have that great of a team. But they lifted me up academically, and the campus life was always supportive of everything that I did. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've told a lot of my friends that I never thought that I could ever receive such an honor. It just, it still hasn't hit me yet, but it makes me feel like, it puts closure to the career that I put forth. And I never thought that I would get here, but I always thought that I was deserving of something, but I didn't think it would be this big. And I'm just still lost for words as to how great it feels to be here to receive this honor. Well, I'm not familiar with too many of them, but some of the kids from the Mesa football teams were actually students of mine when I started teaching after I left Regis. And I've become friends with Luke Cisna, the soccer player, on Facebook, and just kind of been supporting each other back and forth. But when I look at some of the things that they've done in their sports, I think, my goodness, I'm among a bunch of great people. And so I really look forward to meeting them and just being in the same hall as they are in the same year. So I just can't even tell you what I think about them, because they're just all so fabulous. So you bet. You're welcome. Yeah, have a good one.